I want to take a look at this forum post, guys, because I already called this forum post. I called this forum post yesterday. Here we go again. Being an old gamer here. I wish they would have been specific about their age. Are we talking like 40 old or are we talking 80 old? Being an older gamer, playing since Final Fantasy XIV came out, Meso Terminal's unplayable for me on the 4 bosses that chain you to the encounter due to the dodge mechanics firing too quickly. It would be nice to have an easier mode choice when doing it with the NPCs to progress through the story, as I feel it's better to NPC at first so people aren't upset if I die as a healer. I'm not asking for an easier mode for queuing just for doing it with NPCs. Heck, I don't need any loot and an easy mode option either, but I do feel that we all should have content we can get through if it's mandatory through the story. Okay, here's the thing. I don't think this is stupid. I don't. Let me explain. The person is using the trust. This person is fully acknowledging that they do not want to grief other people. I have a huge respect for that, actually. But another thing is, they are using the trust. They are playing the game like as it's intended. Now, I said that I didn't think this was stupid because I don't, but I do think that it is a little ridiculous. Like, how do I want to say this in the nicest way possible? I think this person should go in on tank, because if they go in on tank, they won't die. Yeah, like me, exactly. This post actually did a 180 on me. I thought that this was going to be someone crying. Well, yeah, I mean, there's someone crying, but I thought that this post was going to have absolutely no good reasoning behind it. Tank anxiety would give them a heart attack. Well, but they're doing it with the trust though. I'm not saying that the dungeon should be any easier. That's not what I'm saying. But basically, I feel like that if you use the trusts, maybe, you know how in the story mode, there's easy, right? I think that either one of two things should happen. I think the NPC should res you if you die. Or I think that you should be able to do an easy mode that when you die, you automatically get res or something like that. Not always, right? Not always. It gives you the rookies buff or some shit. So when you queue in, you get this buff. It's the rookies buff. And when you die, you just automatically res after you die, but it only happens once. You know what I mean? It only happens once. So I'm thinking to myself, right? How is adding something like that in the game? How would it be negative to anybody? So you take this player, for example. They're already doing it by themselves. You already know they don't raid. They don't do any of that crap. They just want to go through the story, right? And I feel like that a person that just wants to go through the story, that doesn't want to raid and doesn't do any of that shit, and they're just playing this game solo, I don't think that there's any harm when you queue in for the trusts if it just gave you the rookies buff. It's a waste of resources for someone need to code it. Now, you know what's okay, now you know what? Let's talk about waste of resources. You know what's a big goddamn waste of resources that is embarrassing? The jog buff, okay? Why in the somebody, dude, this is how fucking stupid they are. Instead of just having sprint be a toggle, they invent a whole new buff that's shittier than if sprint was just a fucking toggle and it's already in the game. If you're gonna, all right. So if someone is gonna say, and I'm not necessarily saying that you're particularly arguing with me, but your example actually proves my point is how stupid Square Enix is, because Square Enix will take the time to put in a jog buff, but they won't do something like this. Now, I said the good part. The bad part is this. If a person cannot do the basic mechanics of a dungeon, then
I'm sure it's not
maybe they shouldn't be playing. Maybe they should just watch the cutscenes on YouTube. You have to look at it from both sides, right? I actually think that what this person is saying, I don't think it's as stupid as I initially thought it would be, or maybe some other people did. I think there is merit to some of what this person is saying. And the reason why I think that there's merit to it is that what is the harm in adding something to solo content? I'm trying to put myself in this player's shoes. I actually have a lot of respect for this player because all they're trying to do, they're not trying to bother anybody. They're not trying to grief anybody. They know exactly what they're trying to do. And Okay, now at the same time, don't get me wrong. I think it's funny as fuck. This okay, like don't get me wrong. Okay, don't get me wrong. I think it's funny as fuck that somebody can't fucking do that dungeon. Okay, but that's not the point. This person isn't asking for it to be easier playing with other people. Okay, that is the biggest point I guess I want to make, is that this person is not saying they need to make it easier. This person is just saying, hey, I can't even do this with trust because I'm fucking bad for whatever reason. As a matter of fact, I respect this player a lot more than players that will go in and play with other people, like they queue into the fucking thing and then complain when people pull the boss without letting them finish watching the cutscene. I'm going to say this right now. It is not like I don't know where this started, by the way. I don't know where this started. Okay. But when you queue in, you are not entitled to those cutscenes. No, you are not. Like, you queue in with me, we got one speed, baby. We got one motherfucking speed. Man mode. And when you queue in with me, you're a fucking man. And you're going my speed. There ain't no brakes on this pain train. We are holding W until our fucking key breaks and disintegrates. Okay? Because we've been pushing it so fucking hard. Okay? We are not stopping. Okay? You can say and do whatever you want. Well, let's not heal him. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I can heal myself. I'm a warrior. Well, I'm not going to DPS. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm probably doing more than you anyway. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm a warrior. I'm a fucking warrior. I'm a fucking warrior. I don't need you. You're just here for the ride, brother. Okay? See, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You are not entitled to a cutscene. You know what's crazy, man, is when I did the story, because yes, I have done the story. I've done some of the story. When I did the story in Dawn Trail, I purposely used the trust. And I used the trust because I thought that that would be a more applicable experience and it would generate better atmosphere. And I was right, because I thought it was so fucking cool in that one fucking dungeon in Elpis or whatever. You actually got Emmett, Vana, and Hifladeos on your team. I thought that was so fucking badass. For all of you, people that think that you are entitled to a cutscene when you queue up with randoms, you are 100% wrong without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's not even, there's not even a question. You are not owed a cutscene by me. No, you are not. If you want to go at that pace, then you queue up with the trust. That's it. When I wanted to watch all the cutscenes, you know what I did? I queued up for the trust. It's more atmospheric. You get to get in the zone better. Like, dude, you're doing the story. It's a really climactic part. And then you're going to queue in with big titties XX69. Like, dude, are you serious? Are you kidding me? Are you for real? You're going to queue in with feet_sucker? Like, no, that's ruining the shit. I think what this person is suggesting is actually good. I think that you should either, one, be able to put it on easy and get no loot. 2, I think that the NPC should be able to res you. Or 3, I think that you should get a rookie buff that when you queue in with NPCs, you get a buff that when you die, you get res automatically one time. I can gather some of my buddies to help you get through it. Let me know if you're interested. Holy shit. Dude, wouldn't this be like the wholesome fucking story, bro? If this guy posted this on the forums and then these people helped him. Nah, you know what? If this person ever came to my stream and asked me to help him, I would. 100% agree. The second boss marks my endpoint with 14. Holy shit. See, this is the problem, man. Okay, see? Look, man. See the difference in mentality, dude? This guy's gonna quit, okay? This guy didn't mention anything about quitting. This guy doesn't want to quit because that second boss. But this guy quit. Get good. What does being older have to do here? Okay, this is coming from a young guy. All right, so let me tell you, Tenno. Okay, I'm a school Tenno on some shit. When you hit 30, you go bald, so you start to lose your hair. When you hit 40, your back starts to go out, and your dick doesn't work as much. Now, I can't really speak for 50, but I can speak for 43, because that's how old Arthur's is. And apparently when you hit 43, you completely go senile and yell at clouds. I'm looking forward to that age. If you hop over to Primal, I'd be happy to help you and could probably get some others as well. So I just want to say you're not alone in this. I struggled like hell with it. Fortunately, had a really patient scholar and a red mage who were both willing to res me when the mechanic got better my inability to react as quickly as required. I haven't even been able to face the new Alliance raid yet, and honest, I'm not certain I will engage it. A pity to feel the need to stop over new content, but from what friends who've already played it and are far better at the game than I have said, it's challenging and absolutely full of DDR mechanics. In which case, if I were to engage it, I'd be A, a burden, B, very much dead the majority of the time, and C, miserable. What's the point of that? Sadly, as much as I love the game, I'm starting to think it isn't for someone like me anymore, particularly considering how I'm finding I actively avoid newer content. Man, see, like players like this, dude, players like this, I feel like that they're maybe too embarrassed because I keep dying over and over again. Dude, I don't know if it's just me, right? But I feel like that, yes, it is embarrassing when you die, but if you just kind of laugh it off, I really feel like that it won't let it get to you. Because I mean, that's what I did, right? I mean, like I died in that 24 man because I used my shit too late, you know, and I blamed it on ping because the connection to the game sucks. But in reality, it was because I'm old and I'm 40 and I have bad reactions. But everybody laughed at me. Okay. You guys all laughed at me and it was fun, you know? I feel like that these people that are struggling with this content, man, if they just kind of, I don't know, maybe like laugh it off, maybe like actually think, you know, hey, well, what could I actually done better? You know what I mean? I think that they would enjoy it a lot more. Yeah, it's just like people, I feel like the people just give up too soon. It's not really that deep. People get mad at dying or cringe, and people who get mad at others dying or cringe. Okay, so yeah, that was another thing I was actually going to mention, right? Because you know what? Maybe it's just but if I queue in to a dungeon or something, or it also could be the role that I go on, because I always go on tank. I don't go on any other role than tank, because if you go on like, okay, if you play like warrior or paladin, you have a completely new perspective of the game. Even the healers too. We have a completely different perspective on a game than a lot of DPS. It kind of doesn't matter what other people do. It doesn't really affect us very much. Maybe that's why my mentality is the way that it is, but I really don't care if a person dies like 20 times in a dungeon. I really don't care that they die. I can see how they would be embarrassed. I can see how they would be frustrated. But as far as like me personally getting mad, I've never gotten mad at a person for doing that. I feel like the players that like trash other people for no reason whatsoever, that's like small dick energy, man. If you have a reason, yeah, sure, you know, whatever. But like, you know, if they're, man, you know, you're queuing up for a fucking normal dungeon, man, and somebody dies like 5 times, dude, like you don't have to, you don't have to go Xbox 360 on them. You know what I'm saying, man? I guess I just don't get really, like I don't get mad really at other people unless we're doing like super serious content. And even if we're doing super serious content, I don't really get mad. I just like, will replace them or I'll leave the group. You know, it's not really like a big deal. Okay, so it's kind of funny because this post right here, I thought there would be a post like this on the forums. I thought there'd be a post like this, but I thought the post would be worded differently to where the guy or, you know, whoever posted it would just want to overall nerf the entire dungeon. Like basically like a salt post. You know what I mean? Like salty post. Yeah. Yeah. This person commented on my Twitter. Be more optimal, trust me. I worked at Square Enix for 7 years. Fucking insane, dude. I clicked on this wanting to thumbs up it. Fucking insane. Wait, page 8, last comment. Come on, man. Come on. Don't. I didn't say that. Come on, that's mean. Don't be mean. Change this to Xeno said you can do it. That's more wholesome. Man, and now I get in trouble. Anyway, yeah, man, I actually don't think this is a bad post. I really don't. And the reason why I don't is because I don't think that putting in those suggestions would actually affect the game negatively in any way. I think that it would just help players like him. I don't think this is a bad idea. You just have the trust, give it no loot, make it an easy mode. There you go. Or you just have the rookies buff. This was a good post, but it was good in a way that I didn't think it was going to be good. And I thought it was going to be good as like salty drama. You know what I mean? But it's actually a pretty decent suggestion.